is good, family? It's your girl back again with another freaking podcast. You already know how we coming. You already know. You already know what to do. I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. Y'all know what to do. If y'all want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, if you just want to sit here and watch, I guess just sit here and watch. You might learn something today. You feel me? So today we have a very special guest, my friend Amanda. Oh my goodness. So I'm so excited to have you on today.
Yeah, it's been a while seeing you.
I know it's been so long, and I was thinking about who I was gonna have next on my
bad friend.
bad friend. I was thinking about who I was gonna have next on the podcast, and me and you have talked about a lot of creative projects together. So I knew that, why not
Amanda.
get Amanda? And there's some things that you're working on, or you should be working on, I guess, that I can be a part of whenever you need me. And I know we were talking about that a while back too. So
To show you my home girl.
yeah, you already know.
Okay.
So in today's podcast, we're gonna have a long conversation. Not too long, because I know y'all don't want to sit here forever. But we're gonna have a few, different topics to talk about. And as y'all can see, she gave y'all a little hint of what we possibly might be talking about today. If you see it, if you can find it. Yeah, wink, wink. But so let's get it right into this podcast right now, y'all. So, tell the guests a little bit about you, like where you're from, how old are you, what do you do, things like that. So they can kind of give you give them a little background.
Okay, so my name is Amanda, and I'm originally from Ghana. So if you can see, I'm wearing that jersey.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, we were in the World Cup. I don't know if you watched it. Oh yeah.
Y'all was the World Cup?
Of course, we were.
Oh, that's why everybody was so hyped this year.
And that's why I got this jersey. Yeah, to support, to represent.
Yes, gotta represent.
So like I said, I'm from Ghana, and I'm currently in the United States. I'm doing my master's in communication here.
Woo! You already know communications is how we coming.
Yeah, so I'm into social media. I love social media. And I do a little bit of PR, and then I'm into communication research.
Nice.
I love to cook.
She does.
Yes. I love to organize programs. I love friends. I love having conversations with people, getting to know people. I love social media. I love to research as well. Yeah, those are the things. 3 things about me.
I feel like me and her like the same things, because honestly, truthfully, we're both majoring in communications. So I think, that's just how we obviously connect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's always cooking. And she always tells me that I never want to eat her food. But that's just because I have to, I have to adjust. I have to adjust.
Food,
Yeah, I'm not used to it, so I really don't eat it that often. So one day she forced me to eat it one day. I ain't gonna go into the story, but somehow she got me to eat it.
And you loved it.
I did. It would just take me time, that's all. But so now we just want to dive into the video. Now that you have a little bit of information about her and where she's from, things like that, we're going to go into the first question. Are you ready for this?
I am.
All right. So, first question I have for you, Amanda, is now that you have been here in America for, how long has it been now? A year.
I think a year, 1 month, because I came last year, December. I met you in December.
Yeah, you did. That's crazy. It's been a year already. So, now that you've been here for a year, how has your experience been now, like so far?
I'm gonna say it's mixed feelings. I feel excited to be here, but at the same time I miss home.
Yes.
Because in Africa there's this, we live as a community. Like America is so individualistic. Like you are on your own. Like this is you. If you don't have your friends, it's easy for you not to have your friends and family close to where you stay, and that's okay. But in Ghana, we live close to each other. Even if somebody stays in another region, you just take a bus and go meet them. So Ghana, that sense of togetherness, being with your family, being with your friends, doing things together. Your business is everyone's business. You contend for everyone, you
Yeah.
know, it's not the case in America. You know, in America, I've learned to be on my own. I've learned to look out for myself first. I've learned the thing of self, me first. I gotta be selfish, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Whereby back home, you know, you think about. But anyway, I love America because I mean the system is good, the education is good, you know, technology is good. It's opened me to a lot of opportunities. So that's why I'm like it's mixed feeling. I miss the part of belonging, the togetherness,
Right, the
way back in Ghana. But at the same time, I'm grateful to be here.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. In America, definitely, and we've had this conversation before.
A lot of times.
Yeah, America definitely is very individualistic. Now, I haven't been outside of the country, but obviously I meet a lot of people, and so every time I meet people from different countries, I always notice, and I've told you this before, I always notice how connected y'all are.
Yeah.
Y'all are so connected. Y'all stay
together
at all times. The way
like,
y'all help each other, how y'all
like
interact
your
with each
brother's
other.
keeper.
How y'all interact with each other is just totally different from what I'm used to here in America. So I definitely see how y'all interact, and it's so beautiful to watch. Because I'm not, obviously I'm from here, so I love my people, I love America, but I just noticed that sometimes that kind of makes me a little sad that we can't always have that togetherness like other countries and cultures do. So I really respect that about y'all for sure.
Thank you.
So with this second question.
Come in.
Yeah, come on, she ready for these questions. She ain't backing down to none of them. So I guess this kind of leads into the second question. What are some of the differences you see between Africans and African Americans?
I see African Americans to be Americans.
So just the same?
Yeah, I don't see African Americans to be real African. Even though there's some sort of like traits and background, you know, but African Americans to me are just Americans. You know, it's not like you see an African American and see a bit of Africanism in them. No, I just feel like, I mean, I've met African American, you're my friend. I know some other African Americans, but like they are Americans. So I can even identify an African American by their face. I can see someone, even though we're black, when I see you coming, I know you're an American. I know you're not an
Wait,
African.
how?
We all know, like we know.
Is it the skin tone?
It's not the skin. It's not the skin tone. You don't even have to talk. I know you're an American. You know, I was coming from another state recently, and at McDonald's where I was transiting back to Lafayette, and there was this African lady who was seated. She had the American accent, but I looked at her face and I know she's African. So as I was leaving, we looked at each other like, and I'm like, "You African?" She said, "Yes, I'm from Congo." I'm like, "I know," and she was like, "Of course, you know my face." So like the faces, just we know. When we see you, all we know you're an American. We know you are an African. It's something that we just know. It's not about the color. It's the face, everything. I can see an American and know this is an American. I can see an African and know that's an African. So I wouldn't say there's any difference because you guys have lived here. You've lived in America. You have the culture. You have the behavior, the attitude. So it's like the only difference is maybe the skin color. But I don't see any major difference. So African Americans are Americans and Africans are Africans. Just that you guys have your roots from Africa.
Right. So if you took like 10 African Americans right now to go to Africa, how do you think they would respond? Like how we would respond?
You guys would be shocked.
Really?
Like, I feel like the culture shock is gonna hit you massively because how we do things back in Africa is so different.
Yeah.
And some of you might be so shocked about what you're gonna see in Africa because I meet some people and they think like Africa is like a marketplace. I was talking to one of our friends. We know her, but I'm not gonna mention her name.
Right.
And she was like, she thought Africa was a place, like a marketplace where everybody just. So Africa is not one place. Africa has so many countries, like the way UK is different, U.S is different, China is different, and in Ghana we have states. Just like the way you have Louisiana, you have Washington, you have you go to Tennessee, you know, you have Florida, Louisiana. We have different states in Africa. We have a president. We have buildings.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we have companies.
Yeah.
We have organizations. We have places. You know, people think Africa is just a small place, but Africa is it's a continent with so many countries, and this country have what America has: buildings, people, companies, organizations, tourist attractions. That's it. I think this is the first time you've heard something like that.
Well, no, because I've heard.
Did you ever think I was from a place called Africa?
Hey, Mr. How you doing?
Did you ever think I was from a place called Africa? Like just one small place called Africa?
Well, no, I didn't think you were just from a place called Africa. I knew there had to be. I didn't know what they were called. Like I didn't know they were like countries or states.
When you heard I was from Ghana, like what did you think? Did you think like Ghana was like America? No.
No, I didn't think it was like America.
So you think it was a small place?
Yeah, I thought it was
a
like
market?
Yeah, I was thinking it's like.
Oh my God.
No, not like a market. I was thinking more so like it was just a place, and it was. I didn't think it had like a lot of different buildings. Just what you explained.
So you know we have a president.
Yes. I kind of figured y'all had a president. Like I try to keep a little bit. Like I try to stay updated a little bit on different places. I don't like to just assume that it's one way just because. So, but I think that is the biggest misconception that a lot of people have. They don't really know that it's not. Yeah.
Just like America with different regions, people just feel. And the greatest misconception is people think all Africans we come from one place called Africa. Like, so if we live in one country or whatever it is that is named Africa, but no, there's so many countries. There's Nigeria, and it's far apart from Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Morocco, and these places, these individual countries are just like America.
Right. And I'm glad that you cleared that up, and now people know. Like, so if you did have that thought process, now you know it's not what you think it is. And I think that's why doing research is good, you know, learning about these things, because one day you never know, you may have to travel to some of these places, and you don't want to go over there just not knowing anything, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, even disrespecting somebody else's culture, that, you know, you want to be educated on these things, so I'm glad you cleared that up. Thank you. What do you love most about Africa? Or Ghana? All of it.
Oh, what I love about Ghana is the fact that it is Ghana.
Hey!
So, Ghana is very peaceful. You sleep in your house and no one's gonna come shoot you.
Oh, thank God.
I haven't witnessed any war. I haven't witnessed any shootings. Ghana is so peaceful. You're there, you're not scared there's going to be violence, there's not going to be war, there's not going to be shooting. So you're in Ghana and you know that if I don't kill myself, I get to live till 80 or 100 years without any bad thing happening to me. Ghana is so peaceful. Ghana is so hospitable. The last time I was telling you that, do you know you can come to Ghana and just come, like this is Ghana, and then you don't have any place to sleep, and somebody will take you in. You can leave as long as you want to. They will feed you, get you a job, you know, help you, even though that's their first time knowing you. But in America, if I don't pay my bills, I'm gonna be homeless, and I don't know who's gonna give me $400.
Right.
Like,
That's exactly how it is.
Because $400 is like somebody's rent.
Yep.
And you'd be amazed, someone can turn on you over $50. Like, someone can just lose it.
Yep.
I mean, so, but in Ghana, like, I just feel you can have someone. I've seen people who have lived with people without them paying rent. I have lived with people that I didn't know I wasn't related with, and they were so hospitable.
Wow.
So in Ghana, you can say you go to Ghana and then you you approach someone like we're compassionate. Ghanaians are compassionate.
Yes, yes.
We're hospitable. We're kind-hearted, and Ghana is a very peaceful country. It's a very good place for investment. You know nothing's gonna happen to your investment, and I love Ghana like I miss home. My way, cause I don't want. I don't want
you go to America back.
But you know, but like in Ghana, like that's it. The freedom, the peace, the hospitality, the fact that people will come for each other, will have each other's keepers.
Yeah. I love that. I love hearing that. Like it makes me feel warm inside. Like every time like you explain those types of things, because in some ways I think we all yearn for that. Like I don't think a lot of people think that they yearn for that, but at the end of the day, our relationships with people are the most important thing in this life. You know, it's not your money, it's not where you're from or how much you have. It's about the connections you have and the memories you share with people, and how you work through issues with people, you know? So, I think in some way we all yearn for that.
Yeah, we do.
And I think to be able to experience that the way you guys have is just incredible. And hopefully one day I'll be able to experience that in another country and, you know, here. But I try to do a good job of like, I'm not really,
Oh,
you know what,
sweet, like you're friendly.
Yeah,
like you're warm, like
yeah.
you're really cool.
I appreciate that. I have a hard time. I am with people. I do like to make sure, obviously they're good, and you know I like the connections that I do share with everyone that I'm around. So I appreciate that. How important is it for people to trace back their heritage, and how can people trace their ancestors or heritage if they want to? So let me ask just the first one. How important is it for people to trace back their heritage?
Would you like to trace your heritage?
I do, and I think I told you this. I wanna find out. Like,
I think you're Ghanaian.
how you know? Wait. Why do you think I'm Ghanaian? You just want me to be. She just want me to be from Ghana. That's what it is. Okay, all right.
I think now there's a thing like DNA test that kind of like, I think I've seen something before.
Like when you swab your mouth or something?
No, like there's a DNA test for you to trace your roots. So it tells you you're 95% American and 5% Nigerian. I think I've seen something like that, and I've heard something like that. So
okay.
Yeah, you can do like I don't know if it's an origin DNA test, but I think someone showed me like, oh, I'm 95% American, I'm 4% Ghanaian or something like that.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the ways you can trace your root. But I just also think you can identify with any African country, although African countries are different.
Okay.
So my culture is different from Nigerian culture. Same way our foods are different. What we believe is different. So I can't say identify with Africa because Africa is a continent with so many countries. So maybe you guys can go run those DNA tests, and then you get to know which country you're from. And I don't think you are an African American. I think you're an American. Why do you guys still say I'm an African American?
Well, that's a huge debate. That is a huge debate that a lot of people say, why do you say African American? Because it doesn't make sense. You can't be African and American.
You're an American.
You're just an American. Which...
Or not.
Or not.
African or not.
Right. So it is a huge debate, and I think they're trying to a lot of people just prefer to be called black here in America, just straight up black. But, you know, I think it's just a made up word that somebody made up, and so we still just use it today. It doesn't make sense. I get it.
But why do you identify yourself as a black?
Because people don't want to say African American because it don't make sense.
and black makes sense. I don't think black is a good color to be identified with. It's dark. It's 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 dark. It kind of like paints you
In a bad light.
in a bad light.
Okay, I can respect that too, and I think that's a debate too. So okay, so if all right, if it's not African American and it's not black,
So I think
you just say American.
you can just say I'm an African born in America. Or you can say
Hey, America's
I am
coming up.
American. I mean, African American. It just kind of like the African American thing brings you like it makes you look like you're struggling to do something. You're struggling for your rights. You're struggling for privilege. That kind of thing. I'm an American. And it ends there. That's who I am. But being African American, like I'm still trying to enjoy what I'm supposed to enjoy in America. Those two words coming together brings like a struggle. It's like you're still fighting for something that you're entitled to. If you say I am an American, who's gonna like struggle for your rights? Who's gonna drive your privileges to you? It also makes you not to see yourself like I'm still fighting for something that should be accorded to me. I'm looked down upon. If you say, oh no, I'm an American, it kind of like gives you that confidence. It kind of like gives you that superiority. That word alone, I am an American. But if you say African American, then you're putting yourself like there's this inferiority complex in, I'm this and I'm that. So I am an American or I am an African.
Okay, I love that. Ooh, yeah, she popping. She popping today. Okay, but no, I get that, and I think for me, I've always thought about what you're saying, that topic you've described, and I've kind of just been going along with the crowd of just saying the word, but not really necessarily agreeing, reflecting or even agreeing with the word. So I've kind of just been going along with the crowd on it, but I definitely respect and understand what you're saying, because I think that makes a lot of sense. And for people out there that may even struggle with their identity in any way, shape, or form, I think it comes down to even the words you're using. Like you said, the words you use can box you in, can make you feel like you're inferior in some sense. So I think just learning how to identify certain words that you use can really help you to feel like, no, I belong, So I get that. I respect that. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you so much. So, Lord, we get deep. All right. This is actually the last question we have here.
Thank God. You're waiting to drink that juice you brought for me.
Oh yeah, I got her some. I don't know if y'all ever tried this. It's like a yogurt.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never tried it either. I'm gonna have to try it because she drinks this all the time. And I remember she had a bunch of them in the fridge, so I was like, oh, let me grab her one. So, Africa, and then also somebody from another country wanting to come to America.
Okay, so I'd say go to Africa. It's beautiful. I know some Americans have never been to the African continent. I think that because if I've never seen something before, it's gonna be difficult for me to relate with that thing or that human being or that person. So sometimes, some Americans, it's not like they don't like us or they don't like Africans. They do love Africans. It's just that they have never really met an African, so they don't actually know how to relate with an African.
Okay.
I don't know if you get it. And
okay, I kind of get it. So you're saying they don't know how to relate to.
Yes. When I first came, you couldn't relate with my accent. You couldn't. I had to talk to you for some time for me to get
I remember that.
Yeah, I could use you as a springboard to be able to communicate. So when I say relating, I don't mean anything bad. I mean in communication, you would not eat my food because you didn't know what it was I was putting in there, and you didn't know how to eat it. Yeah. So that's sort of like relating with me. So I feel like when people get to go to Africa, it's very easy to relate with Africans here. our food, our culture, what we believe in, our communication. You know, sometimes you might see an African and you think, oh, they're like, they're kind of like timid, but it's not like they're timid. I mean, Americans are, for someone like me who came, this is my first time in America, so it had to take a while for me to be able to relate with Americans because I had to learn the way you talk, I had to learn what you eat and stuff like that. So I feel like Americans going to Africa would open their eyes to something new, something different, something beautiful. It's a beautiful culture, like it's where we own our culture. So I think I would really encourage any American who wants to go to Africa. Africa is beautiful. Get to learn, get to see our connectedness, our togetherness, our culture, our mineral resources. In Ghana, we have gold, we have cocoa. You know, there's peace, there's unity. I love Ghana, and in other countries too. I know the beautiful natural resources and stuff there. So yeah, get to see Africa and know Africa is not a market, and know Africa is not just one place. It has so many countries, and also to Africans coming to America. I love America. I mean, I'm grateful to be in America. I've learned a lot being in America. I've been exposed to a lot of opportunities in America. The education is dope. I mean, the system is dope. Your rules are dope. Like, in America teaches you how to be independent. You know, you can't always live with people and depend on people. Sometimes, as an adult, you have to live on your own. And there's some lessons you've never learned in life if you did not live on your own. So that is something that America teaches you, to own up to yourself. And one thing I like about America is service. They love to serve. So you feel, why do you like, you don't believe it? You don't believe it?
What kind of service we talking about?
I mean, like community service.
Oh, you're talking about, oh, okay, I got you. I know what you're saying now.
Yeah, like,
I didn't know what kind of service we were talking about here. All right.
And they're so passionate about their work too. They're passionate about what they do. I mean, there's some work ethic stuff that in Africa it's like we take it for granted, but in America it's really on the top of the list. So it kind of like shocks me sometimes that why should this be a problem? You know, so America is big. It's a superpower. It's one of the best countries in the world, if I do not say the best. So you want to get the best from your education, technology, skills, and stuff like that. America like opens you up. It develops your capacity. So I would advise any African who would love to come here. I'm like, come join us. Like, yeah. But you should also take a trip to Africa. I've been telling you.
Yes. And if I do take a trip to Africa, it definitely will be with friends, you know, people that I know, people that are from there,
to show
things
you
like
around.
that. Yeah, show me around. You know, because obviously I ain't gonna know what's going on. You know, I don't know how everything works, but yeah. So if you are considering, if you're watching, going to Africa, Ghana specifically as well, then you kind of have a little info, you have a little insight. Definitely go check it out. Go learn some things. Go see the world. Go experience things. There's this big world outside of where you're living, y'all. And I try to preach that a lot because where you're from is only a small portion of what the world really is. When you start meeting people and you start experiencing life on a different wave, you'll see some things and learn some things you ain't never learned before, and I'm telling you, your mind is going to be blown. And the more your mind grows, the more intelligent you get. So help yourself out. Go travel, go see the world. And if you're thinking about coming to America, come on over. I'll show you some love. Yeah, I'll host you. We'll show you some love. You'll get to see how we operate. And shout out to y'all. Shout out to all of y'all watching. Ghana, America, wherever you're from. Shout out to you. Thank you, Amanda, again for coming on. I really do appreciate it because you didn't have to do this. So it really means a lot to me.
Oh, appreciate it. You turn up too. Yes. Myself, and I really appreciate it.
Always. You invite me to a lot of great things. So
you come. Yes. You come.
Hey, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna back out. I'm gonna do it. Unless it's something that I don't agree with. But other than that, I appreciate it. Is there anything that you want to put out there to them? Any socials, any business?
No.
Okay.
I just want people to support you, to support your channel. I think you're amazing. I think you have a beautiful heart.
Thank you.
And I think you're someone that everyone want to have as a friend. And so everyone should just support your channel. I I watch you. I told you that I follow, and I love the
You
good
really
content. I get to know, oh, she's not in town, she's in this country, because I get to see it on your YouTube channel, and I think you put in an amazing content out there, because it's not easy to be a content developer or creator. I mean, it's so much work to be a creative, and I'm a communication person, but I've not even started a vlog. I mean, I keep postponing it, but when I see what you do, your consistency, I mean, your commitment, I mean, you keep going, because sometimes people be like, oh, I don't get a lot of you, so, I mean, I'm backing up, but you're consistent, and I appreciate you for that. I mean, your tenacity is something that I admire so much.
Oh,
Keep it up.
thank you so much. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. We will be back with more videos.
Yeah.
Her as well, whenever she decides to jump on, whenever she can. So we love y'all.
Peace.
Bye.